Welcome to Formula World. I'm your host Dylan Shelley, and here's what's on this episode. First up on Formula World, McLaren criticised Racing Point's copying model. Racing Point's 2020 car has drawn a lot of attention, much of which has been negative, for being too similar to Mercedes' Championship 2019 car. McLaren has been the latest source of some negative rebuttal. McLaren Technical Director James Key revealed the differences in philosophies between the two teams. The last thing you want to do is copying your neighbour because you want to be out-developing him with better ideas. The pictures of Racing Point tell the stories of these things, and there's been a lot of discussion, but from our side, we are much more concentrated on ourselves. He further revealed that they still have to observe everything that Racing Point are doing, despite their differences in opinion. Of course, we have got to keep an eye on the competition, and we can see Racing Point has clearly taken an enormous leap in performance. I think we'd be silly not to recognise that and acknowledge it. What makes Formula 1 unique is its teams versus teams as well as drivers versus drivers. And as an engineer, you want to be the best on the grid at your particular discipline. That's what motivates a lot of people. It's certainly what motivates me. Hamilton isn't too worried about competition. 2020 is the last year of the current regulations, and if history is anything to go by, the field will be bunched up a lot closer. This will make the task of defending his championship all the more difficult for Mercedes' Lewis Hamilton. However, Hamilton does not see it as any different from any previous years that he has spent racing. I've had a target on my back since the day I won my first championship when I was 10 years old, so it's nothing new to me. I've always been the only black driver there. I've always been generally at the front of the championships, so it's no different to any of the other 27 years of driving, so I'm quite comfortable in that space. He also regards it as a matter of pride that his competitors are pushing themselves really hard to stop him from winning. It's also a positive when people are targeting you and looking to try and beat you because you want everyone to bring their A game, so if we do manage to pull it off and finish ahead, it feels even better. 2020 could be a landmark year for the Brit as he can become the most prolific race driver in terms of wins while also equaling Michael Schumacher's record of 7 world championships. Fast feed. Motorsport legend Mario Andretti has been a fan from the start with how Red Bull's Max Verstappen approaches racing. Ferrari team boss Matteo Binotto revealed that they will use team orders to the benefit of the entire team with the condition that it has to be a clear situation. Former F1 world champion Jenson Button will be surprised if Lewis changes teams. Lewis Hamilton feels that if Formula 1 becomes FE1 at some stage, it's got a really bright future. McLaren's team principal Andreas Seidel wants the budget cap from 2021 to be properly policed by the FIA so that big teams do not go around the regulations by using smaller teams to spend more. The FIA has released a statement announcing that they will evaluate the calendar of its forthcoming competitions and take any action required to help protect the global motorsport community and the wider public, including the postponement of competitions where necessary. The FIA's World Motorsport Council also confirmed that a change to the 2020 sporting regulations was approved to allow for unrestricted variations to driver helmet designs between races. Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff spoke about the depth of the talent pool in Formula 1 currently and believes that they will not run out of talent as long as they keep making the fastest cars. Williams deputy team principal Claire Williams revealed that the team's spirit in Williams is there more than she has ever seen it before. McLaren's Lando Norris feels that maybe Racing Point will be slightly towards the head of the midfield, but hopes that they can regain control and go from there. The organisers of Formula E have confirmed that as a consequence of the ongoing health emergency in Italy, the Rome E-Prix has been postponed. And the World Motorsport Council has strongly opposed any comments that undermine the reputation and image of the FIA and the Formula 1 World Championship after 7 teams opposed the confidential settlement between the FIA and Ferrari. Who will be best of the rest in 2020? Be sure to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.